So apparently, Apple did a cheeky move on Google. Just when Google was announcing their new range of products, including the Google Pixel Buds, which I talked about in this video, Apple dropped the Beats Solo Pro headphones. Wow, talk about stealing thunder, huh? But there are some things about these headphones which Apple didn't quite cover in their promotional material, neither did any of the tech websites talk about, and these are some rather important questions that people will ask about these headphones before they decide to pre-order. And I will be covering these important questions today, but before we get into all that, I want to talk about what we already know about the Solo Pros. Now I gotta say that these headphones look very interesting. They retail for $300 US and they will start to ship from October the 31st. These are the first on-the-ear headphones from Beats to feature noise cancelling technology. Now, on-the-ear headphones have cushions that press against your ears instead of sitting around them. So it's gonna be a different fit from most noise cancelling headphones in the market, and it may have an impact on noise cancelling performance. More on that later. And it's also got Apple's H1 Bluetooth chip inside, so it's gonna have lower latency performance for gaming, and you're gonna enjoy higher quality audio from these headphones without the need for aptX on iOS devices. And all of you iOS users can rest assured that you will get the same smooth, seamless, instant pairing that you can get with the AirPods if you use an iOS device. The Solo Pro headphones also have a 22-hour battery life with ANC, and it's got foldable hinges with sensors inside that will detect when you fold the headphones out and thus switch the headphones on. So it doesn't have a power button, it uses that hinge system instead, like the Jabra Elite 85H. And it also doesn't have a 3.5mm audio input jack, which means that you cannot directly connect this to your phone or your laptop computer using an analog input cable. But you can buy an adapter from Apple that converts your lightning cable into one that plugs in to your laptop computer or phone using that analog jack if you prefer. That's $20 I think from the Apple store. And yes, they use a lightning cable for charging, not USB-C. So they do not have the same fast charging potential as competitors from Sony, like the Sony XM3 headphones. With the XM3s, you can get 5 hours of juice from a 10-minute charge. These ones, 3 hours of juice from 10 minutes. So there's a gap there, but I gotta say that it's still pretty fast. 3 hours from 10 minutes is still pretty impressive. It's got 3 microphones in each ear cup, so that makes 6 microphones in total. 4 out of those 6 microphones are arrayed in a beam-forming pattern. So you know that there's a big emphasis on great voice call quality here. And those 6 microphones are reinforced further by an accelerometer that picks up human voice through vibrations. So I'm really looking forward to see how they perform in terms of voice microphone quality. Probably will be better than the Sony XM3 headphones, but that remains to be seen. Now, all of those features are well and good, and like I said at the beginning of this video, these sound like some pretty exciting headphones, but there are some questions that are still unanswered by Apple or by any of the tech websites that I feel we should talk about before anyone starts to press that pre-order button on a Beats website. The very first thing I want to talk about is its noise cancelling performance. Now, I cannot speak as somebody who's tried the headphones because obviously I haven't. So I can only speak as somebody who knows how noise cancelling works. And A very important part of active noise cancellation is noise isolation. And it's widely accepted that around-the-ear cushions will provide better noise isolation than on-the-ear earpads. And that is because with around-the-ear cushions, the entire ear is sitting within the enclosure of the ear cup. And the pads actually provide a nice hermetic seal around your ear. This is superior to on-the-ear cushions, which although they may sit nicely flat against the surface of your ear, which is good for noise isolation, is not going to cover the back of your ear. So even if noise is nicely blocked from reaching the surface of your ear, it will still come through the back of your ear, and that impacts noise isolation and by extension noise cancellation as well. So although these headphones cost $300, I don't really expect its noise cancelling to be as good as competing models like the Bose QC35 or the Sony H900N. Number 2, if you don't have any experience with on-the-ear headphones before, you probably wouldn't know this, but on-the-ear headphones sound quite different from around-the-ear headphones. Around-the-ear headphones tend to sound more open and airy compared to on-the-ear models, which is why you will get better sound staging from around-the-ear headphones. So if you're somebody who does a lot of recording work, or you master your own tracks, or you make videos like me, then I will recommend that you go for something which is around the ear instead of on the ear. On the other hand, on-the-ear headphones give you better bass impact, which is great for people who like a little more punch and impact in their bass registers, bass heads in other words. So if you're a bass head, do feel free to go for the Solo Pro headphones. Now, earlier I said that the Solo Pro will be great for people who use an iOS device. But what if you use an Android device? What then? Well, you can expect two things to happen, okay? You will not get the seamless pairing and integration that people on iOS devices enjoy. That's a fact, because the Solo Pro headphones are engineered specifically for close integration with Apple devices, just like the AirPods and the Powerbeats Pro. But more than that, just like the AirPods and the Powerbeats Pro, the Solo Pros do not support aptX. So you will not be able to get the same level of audio performance on an Android device like you would on iOS. That is because Android devices, okay, I'm speaking in very general terms, okay? Android devices tend to take shortcuts when they process the AAC codec, because AAC is a very power intensive codec, so it has an impact on battery life, and in order to extend the battery life, Android devices tend to take shortcuts when processing AAC. So the resulting fidelity is not going to be on the same level as on iOS, because an iOS device will process the AAC codec in a proper manner, which is why with the Solo Pro headphones you will not experience the same so-called high fidelity on an Android device compared to an iOS device. So if you're using an Android device, this is definitely something that you want to think about first before pressing that pre-order button on Beats website. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video has helped you answer any underlying questions that you may have about the Solo Pro headphones. Like I said, I think these headphones look exciting and I can't wait to try them out for myself, but that will have to come at a later date when they finally arrive in Singapore. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching another episode, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please punch the like button with a vengeance, share this video with your friends, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and remember to ring the bell to join my notification squad because I upload new videos every single week, and this is the only way YouTube will notify you of new content from this channel. And also be sure to check in your YouTube settings if notifications is switched on, because if notifications is not switched on, even if you have rang the bell, YouTube will not notify you of new videos. So be sure to do all that, and I'll see you again in the next one. Oh, by the way, I want to ask you a question, but hold on first. Are you a humble person? Because if you're a humble person like me, this shirt is a great way to show your friends how humble you really are. And whenever you look in the mirror, to admire yourself of course, it will also help to remind you to always be humble. So guys, this is a pretty fun shirt to wear. You can check it out in the link below. It's available in t-shirt, tank top, and hoodie. Your purchase helps keep this channel going, and I appreciate your support, bros.